Well, we're going to give it a shot. Thank you. You're an intern. That's good. Watch how we do it. This is not Irving Media. How you doing?
I'm good, Charles. How are you?
The wind. Go right there if you don't mind. Okay, we'll try to straighten me out. Boy, I'm losing my touch.
You are. You've been on holidays for too long.
Yeah, I know. 40 days, 40 nights. Been away from here.
I've heard about that somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
Did it help?
No.
Oh.
No, it did a little bit calm down, but
you said no every time that you were asked a question.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. I'm tired. Okay. What's going on with this new, healthcare, privatization? What's going on there?
That's what I like to know. Why on
Educate me.
Well, so the government announced that their intention is to privatize the management of the extramural program. So extramural is where nurses, sometimes physiotherapists, occupational therapists come to your home.
They're unsung heroes.
Right. They're amazing. And so they're like the hospital without walls, right? So you don't have to stay in the hospital, you can go home and they'll take care of you. It's fantastic.
And there's a lot of people that have no family members, no friends, nothing to help them. And these people step forward.
A lot of people benefit from them.
Yes.
So the government's analysis, they're going to turn over the management to Medavie Blue Cross, in other words, to the private sector, so that the nurses will be working for private managers. So that means they're no longer going to be working for us, even though we'll continue to pay the nurses, but their bosses won't be paid for us. Their bosses will be working for Medavie Blue Cross. So their bosses won't be working for us. They're going to be accountable to their bosses, and so therefore they're not really working for us either.
So are they still unionized?
Well, the nurses still will be, but they report not to bosses who work for New Brunswickers. They're going to report to bosses who now work for Medavie Blue Cross, just like Ambulance New Brunswick paramedics do. And you know the problems we have with the Ambulance New Brunswick right now. So accountability goes out the window in terms of public accountability. I saw that at Public Accounts Committee when we had Ambulance New Brunswick. There were managers there who were being paid by Medavie Blue Cross who were telling me an entirely different story than the paramedics in the union had been telling me 2 weeks earlier. So you got to say we lose the accountability. The nurses lose the sense that they're actually working for the public because they have to report to private managers. It's not right. It shouldn't be done. The new health minister should reverse it. That's Benoit Bourque.
Yeah, I know. That I knew. He's the only one I predicted they'll go in the cabinet. I never expected help. I never expected Bill Fraser to be Minister of Transportation the last time. I mean, you got predicted.
It's full of surprises, Charles.
Oh, yes. So does this mean when management show up, there's going to be still they have to report to the account committee? Or
well, like Ambulance New Brunswick, the managers, I guess, will come to the Public Accounts Committee, but we're not paying them.
So they don't have to give you nothing.
And it was hard to get questions answered.
So they go but like down the states, the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, well, who they have to answer to is Medavie Blue Cross. Of course, Medavie Blue Cross has a contract with the government, but with Ambulance New Brunswick, for example, that contract, a 10-year contract, was up earlier this year. And I said to Victor Boudreau in the legislature, are you going to review the contract? Because I think that we should bring the management back into the public sector. There should be our own people who are managing the Ambulance New Brunswick. So our own people, so that their paramedics are working directly for us. And he said, no, we're not doing a review of that contract. And I said, but you're going to have to make a decision as to whether you're going to renew it or not, and use our own public managers to run the show. And clearly the decision had been made, no, they're automatically going to renew the contract with Ambulance New Brunswick, with Medavie Blue Cross to manage Ambulance New Brunswick, and that's what they did.
You think Vito Boudreau will be working with Bernard Lord in a couple of years?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I have no idea.
Isn't it strange that he does this deal and next thing you know, bye-bye?
Well, there's been this strange relationship with Medavie Blue Cross for some time in terms of how the government talks about it. They almost talk about it like it's part of government when it's not. But here's the other thing that's interesting. We did the political panel with Terry Segay today, we being the politicians from the different parties, And Roger Melanson revealed today that on top of all of this, they're setting up a new Crown corporation. Okay, I'll take this slowly because it was confusing. And they're going to take the extramural nurses out of Horizon, out of Vitalité, and put them in this Crown corporation with the paramedics, and then somehow that's all going to be managed by these private managers working for Medivh Blue Cross.
What's going to happen in the next contract negotiation?
For what? For the nurses?
Yeah.
Well, good
They're
question.
going to, like you said, there's going to be like a Crown...
Good question. The nurses union, as I understand it, has all kinds of questions exactly about that. I think they're not very sure what will happen in the next negotiations.
So that means, for once, this is history. We're lucky to have a language commissioner.
Wait a minute, I lost you. What does that have to do with this?
Because she's not happy because the bilingualism won't be enforced if it's a private company.
Oh,
So she might be able to stop this.
well, no, because the nurses will continue to work, well, now for this Crown Corporation, but it's still the public.
But they don't have
It's
the
like working
bilingualism.
for-
But the bilingualism, they don't have to enforce it because
They
it's
do.
sort of a private company, right?
No, well, like not on the management side, that's true, but on the the nurses side, they will. It'll be the same.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
same as it is
But the
now.
but the manager, if they want to talk French, it will be, oh, Bernard Lord is French, that's right. But
Well,
no, I hear
I
she
don't
was
know.
against it. I'm just trying to be sarcastic here. But this is not good.
no, it's not good for.
And did you hear about this deal was coming in the first place?
Well, yeah. In fact, I'm the one who kind of uncovered it 2 years ago when we were examining the budget that
2 years ago.
the government was proposing. And so through questioning Victor Boudreau around the budget in the legislature, it became clear that this was their plan. And that was 2 budgets ago.
But it is confusing.
Well, it's more confusing now that apparently they're creating this new Crown corporation and taking this is really bad, taking the nurses away. It's not just nurses, but it's occupational therapists, physiotherapists who work in extramural. So taking them away from Horizon and Vitalité and putting them in this new Crown corporation, it seems like it's going to cost more money to me, that they're therefore not going to have that connection to the health authorities who run the hospitals. So it's what's Lisa LeBlanc has that song about your brain being all kind of messed up.
And we're not going to get some straightforward answers from Benoit book.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He's a rookie.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. I say, let's see what Benoit's made of now that he's Minister of Health.
But he'll be surrounded by the full-time help, bureaucrats.
He's the minister.
You think he's going to sing Christmas time? Oh, that's right, you sang too.
He's never again. Never again.
I wonder if he's going to sing the new healthcare, privatized healthcare or something. Listen,
No, I think, that we need to bring back the notion of ministerial accountability and ministerial leadership. And so he's the guy.
what's your website again?
DavidCoonMLA.ca.
Thanks for educating me.